Hey, John here. So in this video I want to share an exercise that really helps me a lot when I feel that my sweep picking feels a bit off, basically. So this will help with both your right hand and the left hand, and the really important thing when it comes to any type of picking is to get your synchronization together. So the only downside is that it sounds like crap, but that doesn't really matter because you want to focus on the actual quality of the notes themselves, the attack you get, and your timing. So it's going to be two versions here. It's going to be one where we use 2 fingers at a time, and then the second one that comes up later, it's going to be 3 fingers at a time. And both are really important because they feel totally different, so stick around for both versions. And as always, if you want the tabs for this lesson, you have them available on my Patreon, and you can find the link for that in the description below. Alright, so the first exercise, I'm going to show it here from the 7th fret. We're going to use 2 fingers at a time, and we're going to have the combinations 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 4, 2, 3, 2, 4, 3, 4. And we're just going to go up from the low E string, starting with the index finger, so 1, 2 first. We go up 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then you turn around here and go 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So the first one would be... Then we're going to do that with each combination. So you go 1, 3, and then 1, 4, all the combinations basically. So once we've done the 3, 4, we're going to go straight back without stopping and do them all again, so all combinations again, but we're going to start on the higher finger instead, meaning for 1, 2, that would be 2, 1. So we go 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, and then 3, 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, and so on. And what we want to do here is to do that entire thing in one go. The focus aspect comes in a lot here as well. And you want to make sure that your right hand is always doing rest strokes. And I'm really focusing on the transition time again. And as before, I'm going to link to that video in case you've missed it. So I'm really trying to focus on getting that quick transition to the next string or next note. And once we've done this one starting from the low E string, we're going to start from the high E string and do exactly the same thing. So we start with 1, 2, then 1, 3, and so on. And then after 3, 4, you turn it around and do the same thing again, but you start with 2, 1. And basically, the difference here being that we switch combinations at the top instead. And again, that also feels different. So that's our 2-finger exercise. And I'm going to play through that now so you can see what it sounds like when I practice it. And I use 8th notes at 80 BPMs. You should use a tempo that you feel very comfortable with. This is not about pushing the tempo at all. This is about programming your technique. So there's no point in trying to get this one up to a faster tempo. The point of it is to build a better technique by going through these different combinations and really focusing on your actual execution of the notes. So that's why I never raised the tempo for this one. If anything, I would lower the tempo. So 80 BPMs, 8 notes. If you have trouble with fast, accurate alternate picking and want a daily workout that can help you with that problem and really upgrade your technique, check out my new book, Pentatonic Picking Power. It's $9 and it's 180 pages, and it's basically a picking routine that you do every day, as well as a lot of different sequences that you can play around with after you've done your daily routine. So check it out, it's $9, 180 pages. All right, so here's the version starting from the high E string. Alright, so here's the 3-fingered version. We're gonna use 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 1, 3, 4, and 2, 3, 4. And the way that we're gonna play these is like this. So basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then back 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then, as with the 2-fingered variety, you can also start on the higher finger of each combination. So that would be. So it's pretty much the same thing, we just do 3 fingers at a time. Tempo is the same, it's going to be 8th notes. And again, I'm focusing on keeping that rest stroke in my right hand. And timing-wise for the right hand, it's not going to be anything different. It's just going to be the same thing as before. But it's going to feel different now when you do 3 fingers at a time instead of 2. Starting from the low E string. Alright, so that was the low E string version. Now we're going to do exactly the same thing, but starting from the high E string. Now that's the full routine in one position. When I do this myself, I generally do it in a few more positions, depending on how my hands feel that day and what my needs might be technique-wise. So if you want to do it a bit more of a longer session, I would suggest that you do this, that you start with the first 4 frets. So basically you cover everything here, and then you start from the 5th fret, and then from the 9th, 13th, and the 17th. Because then you cover pretty much the whole fretboard without overlapping. Because if you would try to do this on every fret, it would take forever, and I think it would be very counterproductive. But if you want to do it in a bit more, longer way, like I said, it can be really helpful to do it that way. What you don't want to do is to do it in the same position every day. So if you just do this once in one position as a warm-up, that's totally fine. As long as you focus on the accuracy and all that stuff we talked about, you'll get a lot out of that. But I would make sure that I'm not always, starting on the 7th fret or, the 3rd fret or whatever fret, because it feels way different to play up here compared to down here, and also the frets are wider here and less space up here. So there's all kinds of variations that you need to get used to. So just because you're good at playing something up here doesn't automatically make you able to play it down here if you haven't practiced across the whole neck before. So keep that in mind so you don't get really disappointed if you just keep grinding away at the same fret for weeks on end. If you want some more sweep picking advice, you can check out this video.